we're going to look at the enterprise tier, or the enterprise container of the project. That will be the registration database. We're going to build the entire project in the Netbeans IDE 8.0.2. We're using plugins. Here are the installed plugins. We've got HTML5, user installed plugins, Java SE, Tools, Java Web and EE, Developing NetBeans, Service Registry, and Base IDE. I don't know if all of these are needed, but these are what I have installed. Let's close this. I'll close the Start page. I'm in the Services tab. We've got the Glassfish 4.1 server. Let's start that. And we're going to make a database. We'll make it a Java database. Going to right-click and create database. I will call this Registration DB. I'm going to give it a username of Registration DB, as well as the password. I just want to keep all these the same because it's a test database, and to keep things simple, we'll just keep the same name and password as well as the database name. There's our database. I want to connect. I'm right-clicking, connect. And in the database, we have no tables yet. Let's create a table. We will call this the registry table. The first column we'll add is called ID. I want to make this an integer and also the primary key. I also want to auto increment that, but I cannot do that from here. So we'll do that in a minute. Let's add the next column. We will make this first name, and I'm just pasting that in there. I've copied it from the other screen. We will make that varchar 35. This cannot be null, so I'm unchecking the null. Now we will add in the last name. This one we will make a varchar as well. We'll make this one 35, not null. Next column, address 1, varchar. We will make this one 45, not null. Address 2. We will make this one varchar 45, but we will allow nulls for the second address. City, make that one a varchar. We will make that one 45, not null. State, we will make that one varchar, not null. And it needs to have a size. We'll make this one 45. Add column, zip code. I'm going to make this one numeric. We will allow up to 5 digits, and it cannot be null. We also want to add in a country. This one as well is a varchar. We'll make this 45, not null. And the last column we'll add in will be the date registered. And we will make this a timestamp. Cannot be null. And we'll put in a default of current timestamp. So it will add in the current time if we don't add one in. We have our table ready to create. I'll click OK and create it. A minute ago I said I wanted to start with 1 and increment by 1, but we could not put in that auto increment in this table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the structure by clicking Grab Structure, and I'm going to save this in the My Documents folder. Now I'm going to delete the table that we just created. I know it sounds silly, but we are going to delete that. Now I'm going to right click on this tables and recreate the table because I want to add in the code for the auto increment. So I'm grabbing the registry table and opening that, and I want to edit this script. I'm coming up to where it says primary key and the comma. I'm taking that out. I'm going to paste in generated always as identity, start with 1, increment by 1, and then it has the comma at the end. Now we need to also add in, I'm placing a comma next to the null, and I'm pasting in primary key ID. This is the table I want to create. I'll click OK, and our table is created. I'm going to right click on the registry and view data. And we have nothing in the table right now. I'm going to add in 2 records to prove in that the auto increment works and the autofill for the date, and that we can have nulls for the address. I'm going to click on Insert Records. I will enter in a first name. I'm leaving the ID blank so that can be auto-populated. First name will be Sue. Last name, user, address 1, 123 My Drive, address 2, APT 219. The city is Userville, state of OH for Ohio, and a zip code 12345, country of US, and I'm going to leave the date null so that can be auto-populated. And we see the 1, Sue user, and the date is auto-populated. Let's add in one more record. We will make this one Foo Bar, address 1, 123 FNORD Lane. There will be no address 2 because we're allowing nulls for that. We're giving it a city of Testerton, WI, and the zip code will be 54321. Country, US, and the date should be auto-populated. So we see that the auto increment ID is working, the auto-populate for the date is working, and we are allowing nulls for address 2. Our database is set up the way we want. The last thing we're going to do in this video is create a project. We no longer need to look at the database, or at least not for the moment. We are in Projects, and I will go into File, New Project. I will make this a J2EE Enterprise Application. Next. I'm going to call my Enterprise Application Registration Project. And this will be in my C drive, which is fine. Clicking Next. This is a Glassfish server, Java EE 7, that's Enterprise Edition. I'm using Java SE 8. We want to create an EJB module as well as a web application module. I will click Finish. The project is complete. I've got my registration project. I've got my registration project EJB module as well as my registration project -WAR module. This is a good breaking point. We'll pick up from here in the next video.